Yes, and welcome back to Hickey Park, Wilston Grange, Brisbane, Australia. We've got the Div 1 Grand Final, Jack Barry alongside me, Danny Craven, and 2021 Grand Final, the Div 1 teams, Springwood Pumas v Caloundra Panthers. It's an exciting game so far, but albeit slightly one-sided with the Springwood side with a 45-point lead. Can Caloundra mount some sort of miracle comeback this quarter as the umpire bounces the ball and the footy emerges with Rowan Page, the captain of Springwood, but the umpire says, I'll ball it up, Jack Barry. So it's been an exciting game, but certainly been a one-sided one as far as Springwood's are concerned.
Well, Springwood has had all the answers. Every time that Caloundra's mounted a challenge, Springwood's been able to answer the challenge, and this has been one of the players in Keeble. Had a really good third quarter. He goes for a short kick, but it's chopped off there by Naninga in the back pocket. Naninga drives the ball in front of the members' wing. It hasn't made the distance though, and it's cut off in the back line there by Keneally. He's had a really good game today. Keneally going inboard, drives the ball to the right foot kick. He up into the sun. Frisk tries to take the mark. It hits him on the top of the head. Caloundra trying to take the ball clear. They're just trying to bottle it up, and now they've got the ball out, and it'll be through Kimberley, who's had a really good game. He goes back and across, and he turns it back along the line, but getting in the front spot there was Whiteman. Now it's a quick kick high in the forward line. Set himself his bane, punches the ball clear. Again, that's in Naninga. Naninga gets on the right foot and does a wobbly kick and finds, that's Kimberley. Matt Kimberley takes a bounce. He's taking the game on. The handball's to himself. He's got himself in a bit of trouble there. Over the top comes Flanders. Now here's a chance of handball here. Looking there for, that's Keller. Keller drives the ball down the ground, but is going to have the ball bounce free. Get in the front spot is the big number 27 in Taylor. Ball spills over the back, and they'll try and clear the loop. Sponick trying to clear the ball away. They've had numbers, and the back line's been able to handle this all day. The umpire says that's ball held into him, and they'll throw it up. So here's a chance. They need to get the first goal on the board. They need to have any sort of chance today.
Oh, absolutely, Jack. And they were game in the third quarter, had a good crack, but just couldn't convert their handful of opportunities. As the ball gets cleared again, Springwood's defence strong as they kick it outside the 50. It's 3-on-1 here, and the one there for Springwood kicked it away in Joel Whiteman, came out to Keeble, across to Thompson. Thompson now up onto the wing, looking for his teammate Jed King. He holds his feet whilst the others go down to the ground. Back out to Whiteman. It's been the story most of the afternoon. Goes inside 50. No one can grab it. Big Freezer fell over his nice bright blue boots as he butters up though, tries to keep the footy in. And the Big Freezer, he's had a great afternoon as far as he's concerned, because in those boots, he may well be going on to what would be at least the third premiership for him in the Puma jumper, perhaps more. And it's been a good afternoon for Springwood all round. As it comes back into the inside 50 for Springwood, bang, McGrory gets a hand to it. Gus O'Shaw trying to get his surname right all day. Had another go at it. He's been getting enough of the footy for us to call it, which has been good. One of the Kimberley boys bounces out. They've been okay in patches, and it's hard, of course, with two of them. They get two for one for the Buckburn twins. As it comes back out here, out towards J.K. Kelleher. He's been okay, battled really hard for Caloundra, but it runs out of bounds right in front of us. And Matty Preston Smith and J.K. Kelleher had a great little battle this afternoon. Probably honours about even there between those two as they run back to the defence. The two ruckmen, the two 17s, Page and Jacobson, to do battle here, right in front of us. Hasn't been a lot in front of us today, Jack Barry, in front of the commentary box, but it's nice to have it here just for now in this last quarter. As it comes back out to Allman, out to Watson, the captain. He's been brave all day for Caloundra. Inside 50, just to the hot spot. No one can quite clean it up. Luca Mason tries to barge through, gets wrapped up in a tackle, maybe a bit high, and yes, it was, the umpire says. And Luca Mason, another player for Caloundra, certainly not been too bad for them today. He'd be in their best half a dozen, I would have thought, Jack. He's tried hard without being a superstar, and he's going to have a shot from about 45 out in that fluky breeze, which no one's quite mastered today, as heralded by the scoreline 9-11 to 2-8, more 19 points to 11 goals. A lot more missed than taken, but this would be a nice one for Caloundra if they can kick it early in the third quarter. He's kicked it straight, he's kicked it long, and he's kicked it beautiful as Luca Mason. A great finish from him to cap off what's been a reasonable three quarters for him personally, not so much for Caloundra, but he kicks his first goal for the afternoon and a much needed one for Caloundra. They go to 3 goals 8. that'd add up to about 32 points, I reckon. Trailing 9-11-65. Brings them a little bit closer inside the 40-point mark, Jack. But they're going to need another 7 or 8 of those if they want to win the premiership.
Yeah, great goal there by Mason. Had a real purple patches between round 4 and 8. And of course, a former Sherwood, and played some footy here at Grange. And obviously had done that shot a few times at training. But more importantly, in a big game like a grand final, he needed to kick that goal, and he did. So good goal for them. They get their first on the board. As I said, 65 plays 26. Throw the ball up in the air. This is tapped out by Page, but again, Rowan Page gets a soccer off the ground. In the front spot was Caloundra, but again, getting the ball under pressure, trying to get the ball out. Again, the numbers that are around. Quick kick away down the line, but who's sitting back there? He's played behind the footy all day, is Rowan Page. 5-time best and fairest for the Springwood. Goes in short, finds Hooper. Hooper plays onto the left foot, a lovely daisy kick, and hits him right on the chest. Champagne football, as they said in the old days, Danny, and a nice left foot kick, and then Jai Keneally did not have to move.
Didn't have to move, Jack, and look at the class there. Page sitting in behind the ball. His game is growing. He wants a medal. Yeah. He wants the premiership medal. I think he wants the umpire's medal too today, Jack, just quietly. I'm sure he would. He's not quite there yet. He's going to have a big last quarter. Keneally, the bloke with the footy, might challenge him for it, I reckon. And Ran Hooper in between, the AFL superstar. As Keneally goes bang from 50. He's normally a good kick of the footy. And on this occasion, he's done it. He has done it. He's kicked a goal for Springwood, has Jai Keneally. And it's actually his first for the afternoon. He's kicked 2 or 3 behinds on what's been a fantastic game from him, playing forward and mid. And Jai Keneally, and if there wasn't, if the hope that hadn't been snuffed out at 3/4 time, I reckon it might have been 6 minutes into the last. 10 goals, 11, 71, leading Caloundra 3-8-26. It's a substantial lead, and all the big guns of Springwood right now are standing up in the final chapter, Jack. And I don't know if you were around or saw Springwood's victories back when there was the North and South comp. They won 3 in a row. Sorry, they won 2 in a row. Against Cooperoo in 14-15, but half these players out here played in those premierships, and they were a great team back then. Got beaten on the 3-peat by Cooperoo. A great day for the Lake family that day when they caused a bit of an upset, and that went down in folklore back on the south side. But today, Springwood really enjoying the moment, Jack, and well deserved at this point. Albeit we've still got another 20 minutes of footy to play. Yeah,
well, you're right. Hickman and Wallens and all that sort of people at Springwood work tirelessly for the football club, and they've had a really good group of boys, as you said, right back from 2014, 15 and 16, around those early days. Have stuck around to the club, played 100 games, and really built a strong culture there for the young players to come through, and they're going to get another chance to put a medallion around their neck to cap off what some of them has been an outstanding career. Umpire throws the ball in, and he's rucked tirelessly all day. Has Jacobson, he got his hands on the ball, spilling free again, looking at trying to get a good clearance out. They're just getting numbers, and away they go. A handball over the top. Here's a chance now. They want to go forward again. They're not finished yet. A nice kick looking there for Bain, punched away by Richardson. He's worked tirelessly also, but again, he's kept himself free. Here's a chance. He does the kick into the centre of the ground, looking for a freeze. Uses his body. 1, 2, 3. The blue boots. Bang! Stop it. It's home. 11-11-77. Caloundra 3-8-26, and it's party time.
Party time for the freezer, the Greg Free. He took a great mark and played on. He's surprisingly quick for a man of his size, Jack, and he just played on. A bit of junk time for him too. And his first goal for the afternoon, big freezer. He's looked sort of dangerous at times without. It's been a great battle between him and Nathan Spring. Pretty good matchup for those two. They both got quads the size of well, I don't know, what's
they've got a strong core. Yeah, they've got a strong core.
They've got big quads, those two lads, let me tell you, and and it's been a good battle between them actually. It's been a real good contest. But Frizz on the end of the winning moments just at the moment. As it goes forward now through the agency of Nick Proud. He's been okay throughout the afternoon. Kicks it forward, and Jai Keneally, he's really making a great claim at the moment for that medal. The Norm Smith Medal of the Div 1. I'm not sure what they call it, Jack. Well, I should probably know. You and I should know if we're commentating the game. But I'm sure we'll find out what it is in due course. But Jai Keneally's making a big claim for that Norm Smith medal because he's been good the first 3 quarters. He's been lively opening 9 minutes of this last quarter, and he's about to line up for his second goal for the afternoon, along with 2 or 3 behinds. Let's see what he can do from 45 metres out. Doesn't the slightest of angles. He'd love to put this through, I'm sure. And gee, doesn't look like missing. Jai Keneally goes bang, and Springwood get their 12th goal, 12-11. 83 lead Caloundra, 3-8-26. It's probably getting to where we thought it might have got at half time.
Well, he's certainly got himself in the conversation now as Keneally. There's a big roar as he's coming in as Page comes back onto the ground. So he's certainly a fan favourite amongst the Springwood players. But Keneally's certainly has got to be in the conversation for the player of the match, and along with Page and some others. So that'll be interesting to see as we go along.
Well, just while on that commentary of that, Jack, because the game has blown out a little bit, but I think Mark Thompson, some of the defenders, if they could have a ripping last quarter, Mark Thompson, Sponick and Josh Brown have been 3 defenders that if they had a ripping last quarter, they'd come into calculation too, because the men's department have been what's held the game together all day for Springwood.
Kick down the line, trying to take the mark there was Hunt. Now it's bangs forward. There's a chance here for Murcott, who's also been solid today. And just trying to keep the ball alive. They're sitting on top of him. Umpire says, "I'll have it, thank you," and we'll throw it up.
Nathan Murcott, another good story we spoke about, and hopefully we get to talk about some of these boys as the game goes on. But they've got 11 or 12 that played in those flags, Jack, in 14, 15, and Murcott was one of them as a teenager. And as Springwood slapped a goal, I think it might be a goal, Jack. If it is, we've missed it. It might have been, was it Kelleher?
I think it was Kelleher.
Might have been Kelleher. We might credit him with the goal. JK, it's a late goal. It's a scrimmage goal. And our apologies to those Caloundra supporters that were perhaps preying on that being kicked. But we can't tell you exactly who it was, but we think it might have been Kelleher in a scrimmage. So well done to Caloundra fighting the game out. But if I can go back to Murcott, who was just a teenager or just coming out, he played in a couple of flags. He's been one of the local stories and kept playing some terrific footy. Started as a young forward at times as well at Springwood, and now a solid contributor down back for many years. And he's been good this afternoon as well. As Taylor goes up in the ruck in the middle for Caloundra, knocks the footy forward, goes forward for Caloundra, not giving up in there. And that's their captain, is it? Jacob Watson, I think it was. Again, he's clearly been their best this afternoon for Caloundra. Goes forward now through the agency of Joel Whiteman, and Pagey making his claims further as he goes wide out towards the wing, looking for his teammate in Keeble. He's led to it by Coluccio. Kelleher goes in there. It's a one-handed pickup. He can't clear it. They're coming out of defence here now again in Springwood. Nick Proud back out to Pagey. He loves this stuff across half-back. Has a bounce. Probably didn't need to take the bounce, Pagey, but he took it anyway. And it goes out further, out towards his teammate in Thompson. He can't gather it, and the ball comes back through to Luca Mason on the half-forward flank.
Mason goes inboard, looking for a teammate, but it's chopped off again. We've been able to do that all day. Oh, a crude tackle there to Page. Umpire's going to pay the advantage, and they'll bring the ball out onto the outer wing here through Keneally. Goes through the middle of the ground. Nice kick to Ran Hooper. Ran Hooper gets on the right foot, drives it up, but a good mark in solid, good strong mark in defence by Caloundra. Spring kicks it out wide, looking for the inspirational skipper in Watson. Watson handballs inboard. Oh, it's gone too much on it there for Taylor, and quickly swooping on it has been Keneally, is it? Kimberley, sorry. And the pressure still mounting there as they're trying to force their way through. They're going to get the ball out. And here's a chance for Proud. Proud goes in short onto the lead, and he finds Bain and hits him on the chest as a crowd are up and about. Great play there. They just willed that ball to win the footy. They haven't finished playing their best footy. They psyched them out of it, won the footy, and then Proud, a nice little daisy cutter from the last year's best and fairest to find.
Well done to you, Jack Barry, because you were under the pump there on the wing. I mean, we're in the junk time, and we had this scrimmage of about 16 blokes grabbing the footy. Who could you call? It was a little bit of a tricky moment for all of us, but it is nice to see that nice junk time footy come out there with that beautiful kick that hit Bain on the chest. And these are the parts that footy teams love when they get to enjoy the last parts of quarters when they're going to win a premiership. As Bain comes in, he's kicked 4 for the afternoon. He's kicked it from 50. Generally speaking, a good kick of the football. This time it drifts across the face and Jordan Main, who has had a good afternoon. Played his first, 2 weeks ago, played his first finals win, Jack, I've been told. Hadn't played, he's played at Mount Gravatt and a few other places, but hasn't played in the final. He's played in 2 of them after this afternoon, you'd imagine. As Luca Mason comes across through centre wing again, he's battled hard all day, been pretty good, probably just behind Watson for the honours with Caloundra. Goes forward there, number 33 in Matty Ryan, the mate of Dan Hunt. Goes forward now through the agency of Bain, has a go on the right foot, just a little bit of a toe poke really at the goals, and it runs across the face, and Caloundra will take it again.
To your point, Danny, against Sponic, a big heavy hit tackle, causes a turnover, and the ball goes back inside forward 50. So those defenders have done really well.
Yeah, they've just made life really difficult, and probably went into the game with a slightly higher rating than the Caloundra forwards, arguably, and that's sort of how it's pretty much panned out for the afternoon as Springwood continue to take control through the agency. This time Page out of the ruck. Burrito Page, the brother of Rowan Page, younger brother of Rowan Page by about 5 or 6 years, Jack. He's been with the Springwood club. He's rucked as a 6'3", 4 ruckman for the last 5 or 6 years. They've never had a lot of height, Springwood. They haven't seemingly needed it. The Burrito gets the job done every time. As it comes out now through Springwood, goes forward. He's got it on a string, Keneally, or he thinks he has. Can't quite grab it, but allows it to come down and lays the tackle. And across half forward, we're going to get another throw in, Jack.
Another to throw the ball at 85, plays 32. We played 16-minute mark of the last final term of the HART Sports Cup. Division 1 QFA Grand Final. Whoa! It's a nice mark again to Greg Frizz, who's taken the number 9. He's kicked 39 goals this season. He's been their most prolific goal kicker. And he's going to have a shot from about, I'd say, 25, 30 metres out from goal on a slight angle. And he's lined up for his second goal. So again, he's really good, obviously got a strong core, keeps his feet, uses his body really well, and he's got a good set of hands. Coming in, nice deliberate shot, looking for goal number 2 today. Greg Frizz, and he lines them up, and it just pushes it to the right, and it goes through for 1 behind. He has 1 goal, 1 for the afternoon. And again, it'll be brought in by, I think this is Richardson.
So the great Freezer, he missed that goal, Jack. He might have been thinking about some of those Holden hot motor car sports stuff he's into around the club. They reckon he's a bit of a motor junkie, and he's been a terrific Queensland footy the last 10 or 12 years, once upon a time at the Western Magpies. But a great afternoon for him, albeit a missed goal. It comes back up across half-back now. And they're all falling over. It's been a ripplingly hot afternoon. I'm not sure what it looks like on the screen, folks, but they're all starting to look for petrol tickets as Turner gets it across to Zoof. He's been better in the second half, the old Zoof. He's played in a few flags, Loof. He's played in a few grand final losses, but he has had a terrific career as well in Queensland football. Redlands, Neefle, Maroochydore fame, ex-Caloundra Junior. Great to see him back at the old club. He's on the Brisbane Lions list. He's decorated career, just had his first kid a few months ago as well, Jack. So it's great to see him out on the footy field today as Keneally goes for mark of the day, can't bring it down. Turner flicks it out, the Spud Turner flicks it on to Zoofer again. He keeps racking it up because he's smart enough to know where to get, and he flicks it across to Ned Kelly, Daniel Kelly with the man bun, and he takes the mark and gets a chance to add a second to his repertoire for this afternoon, Jack.
You just saw then, we were just talking about Zoofer, talking about not panicking, just a little bit of a shimmy and a nice layup kick to hit Kelly on the chest. Kelly coming into lining up, as Danny said, for his second. It's a nice drop punt kick, and I might have just pushed it to the left, and it's through for 1 behind to kick their 9th point for the day. 4-9-33, trailing Springwood, who look like they're going to bring home their 5th premiership flag. They won flags in 1989, 2002, back-to-back in 14-15, and then all these years later, here they are lining up to try and win their 5th flag. A quick kick in, spills free. Here's a chance for Watson. He's worked tirelessly for the Caloundra Panthers today, but the umpire says, I will throw it up.
Jack, just while we're getting the lulls, I'd just like to make mention of Caloundra don't look like they're going to perhaps win the game today, but a great effort from their first-year coach, Dan Giarusso, as Kimberley, one of the twins, has a shot left foot. I better be careful, they kick goals when we start talking about the opposition, Jack. But Dan Giarusso, he's 43 years of age. He's from Rosebud, Victoria. A decorated career down there, 260 games. He won a few flags on his own right and helped captain them. He's had a terrific first year, taking him to a grand final, so well done to him. And his assistants, Paul Lewis from Rosebud and Ryan Fielding from Tassie, done a great job. And the reserves coach, Craig Kimberley, the father of the two Kimberley boys, has been terrific for the footy club this year, along with David Moles, the footy manager, and Luke Marnie, the president, the new president of the footy club. They've done a terrific thing. They haven't played in a real grand final since 2011, a major grand final. I know they won Div 4 along the way there somewhere for a year, but it's been a terrific effort from them. Just wanted to acknowledge them along the broadcast here, Jack, today, just in case we don't get the opportunity later on, as Chris Taylor has taken a mark and will have a shot from about 45 metres out from goal.
Taylor, he's battled hard today as a second ruckman in between him and the ruckman Jacobson, he's also rucked well, and both the ruckmen have been quite athletic. So coming in, the big number 27, he's given a nice height, but it's going off to the left. It didn't actually score, and it's out of bounds on the footy as the you can hear the cheer going around, and for Springwood, we're all calling the Springwood. It's going to be their day today, and there's of all people there, a president there who also running the water, has worked tirelessly over a long period of time, and they're the ones that do a lot of the work behind the scenes to put a good strong footy club together, a good strong list. Him, Bear Wallen, Hickman's, Wallens, as I said earlier, they're the names that are built strong names, as well as other people around the footy club. And
so Andrew, you're talking Andrew Hickman. I think he's also a sponsor of the club. Has been for many years, and and Springwood have been a great footy club. They dominated some of the South Division stuff in the earlier parts of the decade, and then they joined in the Div 1 competition collectively with the Southern and Northern clubs about 5 years ago. They haven't been able to reach a grand final, but they've always been a final side, and this year they've gone all the way to today to be leading a grand final by 53 points. 22 minutes into the last quarter. But just while we're talking about that, Jack, because we may not get time again, Bear Wallen and Andrew Hickman have been great people for the Springwood club over the years. A little note, there's been two Bears at Springwood. Bear Pollock also has coached for the last 3 or 4 years and done some great work there. Got a lot of good people he knows and is good friends with, and has helped contribute to the development of a lot of the kids that are going on today. But I guess at the end of the day, the premiership coach this year looks like will be Paul Rain. And also in his first year, he's a 43-year-old from South Australia, country South Australia. He's played lots of footy. He's played in a couple of flags in WA as well. Ended up at Yeronga, had 10 or 12 years at Yeronga, Jack, and up until recently had a bit of time out for a year or two, and then took over Springwood just this year. And as a first-year coach, he's coached his way 1 from 1 in a magnificent effort to Paul Rain as the ball goes forward. Caloundra trying hard in these final minutes there through the agency. Jim Carroll comes out, but Springwood's defence again is just standing up firm as it comes out here to Joel Whiteman. To his assistants, Josh Mitchell, as the big freezer goes for the footy. Josh Mitchell has been his assistant. He was part of the 14-15 flag outfit. Totally Workwear is one of the major sponsors. He's been a big part of the footy club. You've got to acknowledge these people. It's an all-round club thing. And but to you, Paul Rain, and your crew, fantastic work, and congratulations on a victory well deserved in a COVID up and down year. Clearly the best side in it. So as we get back to the action on the ground, Jack, we've got Keneally again going for those Norm Smith medal honours. I haven't seen anything to suggest that he's not in the running. That's for sure. He keeps getting the footy. He keeps creating out to Brown, across to Howes, and it's 12-14-86, 4-9-33. It's a 53-point ball game. 24 minutes in. We haven't got long to go on this live stream broadcast this afternoon, brought to you by Dean Davis Productions and Co. Doing a great job here for Queensland footy for many, many years, 20 years in fact, or plus, doing a great job. And at Hickey Park this afternoon in bathing sunshine, the Springwood Pumas are leading the Div 1 Grand Finals. It goes forward, one of the Kimberley twins flicks it out, further on board here to to J.K. Kelleher, 30 metres out, is going to have a shot from goal. Jack Barry, 30 metres out, 24 in.
Yeah, no, well, he's worked hard. He was certainly up and about early days, but he's probably struggled with the supply of the ball. He looks like a very dangerous player, and certainly been a good player for Caloundra over a period of time. He's lining up for his second goal of the afternoon, and he'll be about 35 metres out on an angle as he comes in a nice deliberate approach. Good run up and tries to steer the ball through, and the umpire says, yes, I will pay that one. I think it's gone through for a goal, so well done. He caps off a day with 2 goals, Josh Keller, and he's certainly can hold his head up today. The blokes I've liked today, and I get your players as well, but I've certainly liked, in no particular order, but Thompson's been good, Keneally's been very good, Josh Brown's been solid in defence, Bain's been a target up forward, as has Keeble. Page has been outstanding. Sponak has been solid in defence, and I think Angus O'Shaw has been really good also for them. And then for Springwood and for Caloundra, Watson, I thought it's easily been their best player. Jaggerson's tried hard. The Kimberley boys have been. Timothy's probably been the standout, and but him and Brad have been busy. Luca Mason, Jacobson, as I said. So, but yourself, who do you like?
Oh, look, again, you covered most of them there, Jack. They've been terrific. Fought out a ripping battle out here as Luca Mason gets yet another kick for mine. He and Watson have been probably the 2 best players, along with Josh Keller, who hasn't stopped trying all day, as you pointed out. And Zoof has been really good in the second half as well. But they've... again, it's pretty hard to find your better 6 or 7 in a losing side that's getting beat by 8 or 9 goals in the grand finals. Jake McDonald bursts out across the wing. We haven't called his name a hell of a lot today, and he just kicked it out on the full in the grand final. But you know what, son? You got a premiership medal around your neck tonight, the young man. He's only 21. He's a left footer. He's one of the best dressed men in Springwood. I'm reliably informed, and enjoys his time with the boys. He's one of that Springwood junior group that's made him so strong. And good on you, mate. You're going to celebrate a premiership hard and long tonight. As it comes out to Josh Brown again, definitely in my best half a dozen there. Josh Brown in defence been fantastic. Frizz has been terrific. Flicks it out to Proud. Rani Hoopers, he's got better as the game's got on. Look out, you're in trouble there, son. As it comes back out now, Proudy, he's getting on a bit. He's played some footy up north and some better standards. He'll really enjoy this afternoon. Of course, the oldest man on the ground, Jack Barry, is Hayden House, the 21-year-old surfer he's actually lives in Caloundra, I think, and he's playing against Caloundra. So if you're a Caloundra person, you're probably fair to ask the question, what are you doing playing for Springwood on the south side when you're surfing waves in Caloundra most weeks? But it's been a good game from him today. Just hasn't been able to kick too many. He missed that one. It doesn't matter because the Springwood Pumas are the 2021 premiers of Division 1 football in Queensland. 12-14, 13-14, 92 to 5-9, 39. It's a 53-point victory to the Springwood Pumas. And all flags. Is one by 12.
Yeah. They got 13, that's 12.
Oh no, it's 12. Oh, and that was a brief exit to the music, but hey, how good was that music? A grand old flag, Jack, after the Demons in the AFL last night entered their first grand final in 57, going for 57-year premiership. They won by 80 points last night, and today the Springwood Pumas /Demon theme song, have done it by 53 points today, Jack. Your thoughts?
Well, it's been a great effort. I think, you know, I thought the experience really shone out today. Some of their players under pressure, just calm with the ball, their ability to work together, to win the ball around the contest. At crucial times, they've won some superior clearances out of the centre and have just been able to lay the ball up. And I think Caloundra had their chances, but they missed crucial goals, and the ball would go back up the other end where they would kick goals.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, Caloundra, they came from 4th position, so they had a bit of a late start to the game and to the year, and it looked like they were out of fact. They got some numbers back, and a great effort for them just to reach the grand final today. But the true deserving winner, Springwood Pumas, by 53 points this afternoon over Caloundra. Fantastic victory from them. Congratulations to you from Danny Craven and Jack Barry in the commentary box. It's been a great afternoon, Jack. Yep. Thank you to you. And we look forward to 2022. Bring it on, folks.